In Parliament today, a question hit the National Security Committee like a live wire. Not about policy, about who's been quietly pulled out of the room where intelligence decisions are made, and the response from government. Silence, wrapped in procedure. Senator Patterson went straight at Penny Wong, demanding answers on whether Australia's top intelligence directors general have been removed as standing attendees from the National Security Committee of Cabinet. No confirmation, no denial, just controlled deflection and tight lines about cabinet secrecy. But it didn't stop there. Allegations were then raised about other departmental figures being brought into the room, while intelligence chiefs may be pushed to the sidelines. And suddenly, the question sharpened into something far more serious. Who is actually shaping Australia's most sensitive national security decisions? The Speaker stepped in. Words were withdrawn. Tension snapped across the chamber. Because in that room, it wasn't just debate, it was a struggle over access, influence, and control at the very top of government.
Including by me. I'm aware that there have been some outside of this place who've chosen to be critical of some members of our intelligence community, and I would say as a minister who has the opportunity to engage with and rely on their and consider their advice.
What's your take on this heated exchange? Who made the strongest point? Drop your thoughts in the comments and join the conversation below.
They are highly professional, excellent officers, and we're very pleased that they work with us as well as they do.
Minister. Senator Patterson, first supplementary.
And I do welcome the Minister's defence of our professional public servants in the intelligence community. Minister, can you confirm reports that the Secretary of the Department of Climate Change, Energy, Environment and Water is now a regular attendee of the National Security Committee? Why does the government think that he has superior insights on national security to the Director-Generals of ASIO and ACES?
Thank you, Senator Patterson. Minister Wong.
I'm in a somewhat difficult position because we don't comment on the workings of those committees, but I would say to you I had never heard that before until you raised it.
Whoops. Senator Patterson, second supplementary.
There are media monitoring services available for such things, Minister. Thank you. It wasn't mine. Did the Prime Minister remove the heads of our intelligence agencies from NSC because they were telling him things he didn't want to hear? And will the Prime Minister commit to reinstating the heads of our intelligence agencies as regular attendees of NSC so they can provide the candid and considered national security advice that this government so desperately needs to hear?
Before I call the Minister, Senator Watt, I'm going to ask you to withdraw those comments.
I withdraw.
Thank you. Minister Wong.
President, Senator Patterson is generally one of the more sensible members of the... Would you like me to say something else? I can arrange that for your pre-selection, mate, if you really need me to at some point. But he's generally one of the more sensible members of the opposition and somebody who understands the importance of working together on national security. And frankly, that question is beneath.
Today in Parliament, a tense national security exchange exploded into a political flashpoint that raised serious questions about who is really being left inside Australia's most sensitive decision-making room. Senator Patterson came straight in with a hard-edged question to the government, pressing Senator Penny Wong on reports that the Directors General of key intelligence agencies have been removed as standing attendees from the National Security Committee of Cabinet and are now only invited on a case-by-case basis. That question alone cuts straight into the heart of a sensitive issue, because National Security Committee meetings are where some of the most critical decisions about intelligence, threats, and foreign policy are shaped behind closed doors. But Penny Wong's response was immediate and tightly controlled. She refused to confirm or deny the internal structure of those meetings, stressing that the government does not disclose the workings of cabinet committees. Instead, she shifted focus toward defending the professionalism of Australia's intelligence leadership, describing the Directors General as highly capable officers whose advice is still sought and considered very carefully by government. However, Patterson didn't let the matter drop there. In a sharp follow-up, he raised another claim, suggesting that the Secretary of the Department of Climate Change, Energy, Environment and Water has now become a regular attendee of the National Security Committee. And that question introduced a far more politically sensitive angle, essentially asking why a departmental secretary would be given a regular seat in national security discussions while intelligence chiefs may not. Wong again stayed within procedural boundaries, refusing to comment on internal committee arrangements and stating she had not even heard the claim before it was raised in the chamber. But the exchange escalated further in the final supplementary question. Patterson then directly questioned whether the Prime Minister had removed intelligence chiefs because they were delivering advice he did not want to hear, and demanded a commitment to reinstate them as regular attendees. At that point, the tone inside the chamber shifted noticeably. The question was challenged by the presiding authority, who asked for comments to be withdrawn over their implied accusations. Patterson complied, withdrawing the remark. But what followed was an unusual moment of political tension mixed with sarcasm and personal edge, as references were made to pre-selection and political standing. A reminder that even in structured parliamentary debate, lines between procedure and personal pressure can blur very quickly. Now, stepping back from the political theater, what this exchange really highlights is a broader and more important question about how national security decisions are structured inside government. On one hand, governments routinely adjust attendance and access to cabinet committees based on relevance, sensitivity, and operational efficiency. On the other hand, intelligence agencies argue that direct access ensures that real-time threat assessments and expert advice are fully embedded in decision-making. And when those access points change, even quietly, it naturally triggers political scrutiny. Because in national security, who is in the room often matters just as much as what is said in it. So while this exchange may look like just another heated parliament moment, it actually touches on a deeper institutional tension between executive control of sensitive processes and the role of intelligence agencies in shaping policy at the highest level. And as always in politics, the real debate isn't just what is confirmed in the chamber, but what remains carefully left unsaid.